Hey everybody, I don't normally post two videos in one day, but I got an exciting new tool here and I just had to show you. So, I have wanted one of these for a very long time, but anybody that has wanted one and isn't willing to settle for one of those Chinese pieces of junk that's on eBay for $100 knows that these are ridiculously expensive. So, I can't remember if I posted video of it or not, but I got called to try and help level up a Devlig jig, jig mill Spiromatic. Gorgeous machine when they're new, and this one was just beat all two pieces. And I leveled up the bed as well as I could, but I've got some serious questions about bed wear and been some very, very questionable repair work done on the table. They've stuck some shim stock junk. I mean, we're not talking Turksite, something way less technical than that, to the bottom of the table ways, and as far as I can tell, have the table completely out of square. And the problem with that is that normally I would take cylinder square and set on the table to decide if the column is square, but when I don't trust the table, that removes that option. So anyways, I've been wanting one of these specifically so that I could check out how the columns look on these machines, because then you don't know when you take a measurement with cylinder square if you're measuring true level or if you're measuring wear in the bed. And I mean, it definitely is the case that sometimes you will adjust these a little bit to compensate for wear, but you really don't want to be putting huge torque and twist and stuff trying to make things go where they shouldn't be. So anyways, been wanting one, obscenely expensive, and then I got on this, we'll call it boring mill leveling adventure, and I really thought I need one of these, and I got on eBay, and lo and behold, this, I'd never heard of these guys before, did a little research on them. They made a lot of surveying equipment, Watts Precision, made in England, and really big into precision optics for surveyors, and somewhere along the line built some levels, because they've got some real precision levels that are involved with surveyors transits, and apparently they branched over into some more machining type I don't know, background's not the word right, but the field more machining related. So anyways, long and short of it was, this thing was on there for, I think shipping included, I ended up with about $280 in it, which is the buy of the century. Now, it looked pretty ugly. It had some huge goobery messes of what I couldn't tell what. Once I got it, found out, okay, it was clear silicone that somebody had smeared all around the adjusting bolts, presumably trying to keep anybody from messing with it, but it was out of calibration pretty bad, so I promptly cleaned all that off there, and I've got it set now so that it's reading dead nuts on no matter which way you flip it. It is showing that I'm due to re-level the boring mill. You can see I'm 1,000. So these, by the way, when I looked up specs on it, the lines are half a thou and 10 inches. It's an 8-inch square, but they're half thou and 10 inches. So I'm showing 1 thou and 10 inches. And that doesn't shock me. I mean, this was freshly poured concrete. It had only been in here a couple of months when we moved the boring mill in. And this boring mill sat for quite a while in an unleveled state. So it was high time that I come back and readdress it anyways, and this is just proving that to me. So anyways, I am very excited to see what we can do with this tool in our collection now, and it's one of those that I wanted a good one, and I would rather have an old tool with a few scuffs and bruises and a bit of a story to tell that's quality than a shiny new one that's very questionable. So well, I don't know a lot about Watts. I mean, it's not like buying a Starrett where everybody knows it. Everything I can see of the type of tools they built and the quality of this thing, it looks to me like they were building some first-rate stuff. So anyways, you'll be seeing more of this, I'm sure, in the videos to come as we I don't know. I don't do that much machinery setup normally, but it seems like there's been kind of a rash of it lately. So anyhow, and as you can well imagine, if the vertical turret lathe ever finds its way here, I'm going to want this to help make sure that I'm not putting any torques or twists in that thing and that I've got the column on it truly squared up. So, and over at the shop that I'm currently putting 3 days a week in, they have a very large Clausing, I can't think, I believe it was Japanese built. I can't think of who it was Clausing partnered with, probably from the 70s. And it's about a 48-inch swing with at least 20 foot between centers, but it's a very lightly constructed lathe for its size. It's designed to be lagged down to the floor and leveled, and really it's designed to use the floor as part of the machine. And it's never been properly set in place. And one of the challenges with it is because the bed is quite thin, the headstock's large, is to decide for absolute certain when you're measuring and leveling how much of any discrepancy you find is the headstock itself. The best that I could come up with when I set it initially was to put a piece of bar stock in the headstock and cut it with the bed leveled as well as I could get it. Cut it in the headstock until I had made a true cylinder out of it, checking with micrometers, and then put a precision level on that bar held in the chuck, and then level the head accordingly. But with this, I should be able to take this and put this right up against the faceplate on the machine and get a pretty quick reading of how good the head stock end of the lathe is. So that's one of the things I want to do with this. And the boring mill that's there has never been properly leveled. And I'd like to take a look at that. I was just talking to the main machinist that runs that the other day. So we're going to take this in just for curiosity and slap it up against that. So anyway, I did get a bit of cleaning done in the shop today. We're a fair amount more organized. This one is leaving next week. I don't own that. I was just cleaning it up for a customer. So we actually are starting to look kind of like a machine shop again instead of a junkyard. So anyways, I'll catch y'all next time. Bye then.